Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book wrap. We're about to the midway point, so we'll kick things off with Edge of SpiderVerse #2. So, in issue #1, it was revealed that Shathra was making a play was going after the various spider totems. So, in issue 2, we've got first we've got a Ghost Spider story, Gig of Nightmares. Mary Jane's have a gig to play for opening for Lila Cheney. Before they begin, however, Gwen's father lets Gwen know at least that Mysterio has claimed he's going to make an attack on the concert. In the middle of their set, gas seeps out. Gwen puts on a gas mask and takes down Mysterio, finishing up by smashing his headpiece so that he's exposed to his own gas. After the venue clears out of gas, Lila Cheney takes the stage, invites the Mary Janes to play on stage with her, and as they have a little celebratory group hug, the Wasp stings Gwen. And that's where the story ends. Which brings us to our next story. Here's the new Spider UK. So, Spider UK was killed during the last SpiderVerse crossover. So, now we get the new Spider UK. A dragon is unearthed underneath London. So, Spider UK swings into action, dealing with it. So, the Spider UK works for the Weird Happenings organization. It appears that the dragon spews forth some kind of mutagen, which causes people exposed to it to turn into human-dragon hybrids. But Spider UK takes a sample of it to her boss and said boss's brother, who concocts an anti-mutagen. It seems to work. Well, no, it doesn't seem. It does work. The dragon people are reverted back to humans. And the dragon itself is knocked out and taken into S.H.I.E.L.D. custody. As she's going to get something to eat, however, Madam Web steps through a portal, saying that time is of the essence and that Spider UK must come with her. That is where that story ends. Brings us to our final story, which focuses on Shathra. So, Spiderling finds the primal strand of the Great Web, traces it back to its beginning. Shathra was a young woman in an ancient civilization, and a civilization that appears to be a civilization of gods. We see Khonshu, Set, and I think Bast all in the background at one point. But Shathra's mothers have tasked her with creating a cosmic construct that will chart out the entire destiny of humankind. And so what she's created is a honeycomb structure where every soul will grow and evolve in solitude until they are ready to become one with their hive. She calls it the Great Nest. Shatter's sister states that the Shatter's overthinking it, however, and creates a web. Their mothers come along, state that the Great Nest is interesting, but they seem to really like the the web, and so and she fumes about. Totally happy about. She fumes about not about being told to being taking a break. The Great Web is introduced for the gods and complete with spiders that can traverse it, and Shathra unleashes wasps upon it, which which sting the spiders on the web, filling them with, and also plant their larvae inside their eggs inside the spiders, and well, yeah. And that will become her great nest. She explains that it'll be an imperfection hidden away in the first thread, waiting till some little spider plucks the primal strand. And so Spiderling gets infected by Shathra's wasps. And that is where the issue ends. Aside from a mini Marvels short, which is amusing, but yeah. This current SpiderVerse event is looking interesting. I mean, interestingly, and honestly, coincidentally, I think every time there was a SpiderVerse event or a SpiderVerse crossover, I was at the time not into comics, so or not buying comics regularly. I was into them, but not buying them, if that makes sense. Moving on to our next book, we've got Iron Cat number 3. Where we left off, Tony Stark and Black Cat had decided to lay a trap for the new Iron Cat. Another former student of Black Fox, as well as an ex-girlfriend of Felicia's, by the name of Tamara Blake. And Tamara seemed to be falling for the trap. She arrives at the yacht where the bait for the trap being Tony and Felicia on a yacht enjoying a party. Tamara arrives, and it turns out all the partygoers, as well as the servers, are actually combat LMDs. But the AI that it was Sunset Bane is the OS for the Iron Cat 2.0, and so it overwrites the control code on all of the LMDs, attacking Black Cat and Tony. Tony's getting overwhelmed and states that the whole thing was a bad plan. At a Stark holding facility, something escapes. That something being a new, a second Iron Cat suit that Felicia made. This one in the classic red and gold. And a bit more, a bit more of an Iron Man than the Mark 1. Turns out she managed to pull this off with the help by getting her her boys, Bruno and Dr. Corpse, inside Stark Industries when she made the first one. But the fight continues. Iron Man. The fight becomes between Cameron and Felicia. Iron Man manages to free himself from the LMDs, and well, all she really got left to do is all she can really do to survive the encounter is free Madame Menace, which she does. And Madame Menace, so she spreads throughout all of Stark's systems like wildfire, and is in control of all of his wonderful toys. Even things he sold off when he made his break with tech. But turns out that Madame Menace's plan is to destroy make it so that the Stark name is no longer synonymous with good things, but with death, destruction, and disaster. And how better to do that than order every Stark built and Stark programmed reactor worldwide to melt down. And that is where the issue ends. Whew. Fun stuff there. No, seriously, I am enjoying Iron Cat. Overall it's been a fun book. Moving on to our next book, though, we've got Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. So in Miss Marvel Wolverine one shot, the X-Men's treehouse was attacked by robot bugs. Miss Marvel and the X-Men managed to repel both waves of the bugs, but it seems some of them managed to return to their maker. Well, and elsewhere in New York, a young woman is attacked by bugs, apparently, and Moon Knight comes upon her, and apparently Bugs had a message for him. The harvest is coming. The next night, Miss Marvel goes to the midnight mission, and tells Mr. Knight about the bugs. And she states that they might be after mutants or inhumans, and it asks if Moon Knight knows anyone who could be a target, and Moon Knight explains that maybe that's if perhaps they also might be looking for vampires. And so they go and they go to a building. They go to an abandoned building. Now they're in the form of rat. The bugs aren't. They're not bugs. They're not rats. Miss Marvel electrocutes a bunch of them, and but Miss Marvel remembers that there were two waves of bugs, so there are probably two waves of rats. Turns out the other wave went after Hunter's moon. This time, however, the robots can learn a new trick. They're able to combine their forms into a giant robot. Hunter's Moon suggests that Moon Knight and Miss Marvel keep the giant rat bot busy, with Kamala embiggening herself, but there's a force field. But Khonshu, or a fraction of Khonshu arrives or shows up and takes down the giant robot, managing to seemingly stop it. But Miss Marvel takes one of them to the treehouse. Figure out ways to track the source of the tech. And Moon Knight explains he'd like to know who's behind the whole thing. But we learn that behind the whole thing is apparently the man with the peacock tattoo, one of the higher-ups of Xeno. But the entire idea was that it's explained that they have the blood of the God touch and the blood of mutant, and those with the ability to heal. Wolverine. But the man with the peacock tattoo is a scientist working on combining the basic mutant blood with blood of the God touched. That is where the issue ends. These Miss Marvel one-shots are so far interesting. The next one is presently going to focus on Venom, so I imagine that the idea is to have somebody that's been exposed to that's been the host of a symbiote. Moving on to our next book, we've got Strange, number 5. Where we left off, the Blasphemy Cartel had interrupted Clea's dinner with her mother Umar, and so the two of them fought back. Among the weapons utilized by the Blasphemy Cartel was a revenant of the old Moon Knight foe, Shadow Knight. Umar took on the Blasphemy Cartel. We open with her feasting upon their blood, while Clea is talking with Harvestman, who explains how revenants exist and basically that they're long dead souls, and dead so long they've forgotten who they are. A bunch of them will inhabit a body, which gives that body power and, well, wipes away all vestiges of who the person was. Umar once again suggests that Clea is very well positioned to take over the world, and should she need any help, Umar would be more than happy to lend it. So the next night, Clea goes to the midnight mission to inform Mr. Knight of what's been going on, but she also has some questions for him, especially knowing that he has come back from the dead on multiple occasions, and so she largely asks about this. And she has death will, she's wanting to bring back Strange, but well, death won't let him go. Moon Knight checks in on 8 Ball, Though, I thought, oh, yeah, 8-Ball's fine. It's Orb that's dead. Yeah, but and Moon Knight beats on a group that is trying to get information out of one of the people beating on it, but well, not willing to talk. Clea steps in, however, and well, the guy's willing to talk to Clea, which leads to the pair going to the ruins of Innsmouth Hills Sanitarium in Long Island. Apparently, this group has been capturing people because well, their leader has a condition. He has to eat human brains to survive. He apparently has also given his followers the same condition, to keep them loyal. But Clea teleports him away, which does not make Moon Knight happy. Turns out, however, that she sent him to the realm of the mindless ones. Moon Knight also shares his own personal thoughts on coming back from the dead. You need someone with the power and influence to do it, the kind of power and influence a god has. And even then, they're only doing it so you'll work for them. Moon Knight adds that Doctor Strange would be a good get for a god or any other power with serious influence and pull. And so you ask me who would be powerful enough to get a form of Sorcerer Supreme to work for them. So Harvestman is talking with Madame Death, or with Mistress Death, and we learn his identity. He is Stephen Strange. That is when the issue ends. I still say that by and large, Huntsman looks a lot like he kind of, raided Doctor Doom's closet a little for his outfit, but yeah, didn't see it coming. He was Doctor Strange, but yeah, okay, that fit. Okay, moving on to our last improvement, we've got Batman Superman World's Finest #6, where we'd left off. The Devil Neja had been defeated. However, there was still the whole case of getting Robin back to the present. So, Robin ended up passed on the island, and on what would become Lazarus Island. And in Corto Maltese, he has apparently joined a later point in 1891. He's joined up with a circus, Stratford's world famous American circus. But he stopped their lion tamer from shooting one of the lions. But a new member of a recent addition to the troupe swears up and down that the lion killed another member of the troupe. But Robin uses his knowledge of at that point, future forensic techniques to suss out that no, that's not the case. But Robin is doing trapeze work for the circus, and he does a jump and is grabbed by the wrists by Batman. And apparently, Robin left a note for on the bottom of a rock for Batman and Superman. Hey guys, come find me, Robin. Superman is also working with the troop as a strongman. But Robin fills them in on what's going on. Batman and Robin do a tightrope act, but a fire starts up, and Robin notes that the lion tamer, who claimed to truly care about the animals, runs without a second thought for the animals. So, and apparently one of the member of the troop who had pointed out that, or who claimed that the lion had eaten another member of the troop, is locked in the cage. But he's freed, and then Batman and Robin managed to stop the lion tamer, and the whole thing is explained. There were 3 add-ons in San Diego. They'd apparently robbed a bank, and well, one of them got the bright idea. They started to get the bright idea that, hey, if there's less of them, then they each get bigger shares. The lion tamer found out about this, and well, he was all for the less of them, the bigger the shares, and so. But Robin explains that how he figured it out was the fact that the one thief was locked inside the cage, and the cage had been padlocked from the outside. But it seems as though Batman, Robin, and Superman return to the present. That is where the issue ends, and still gonna. I guess this is not a mini-series. But anyway, that is going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.